going to give you an instructional video on how to apply vinyl decals to equipment. Today we're putting some of our company logos on this Oshkosh sweeper truck that's going to be out at Waukesha County Airport. We do a lot of our own stickering here in-house, and this is just things that I end up doing, and this is how I go through the process of applying stickers. So the things that you're going to want a tape measure. You're going to want a microfiber towel, a nice clean microfiber towel. Nothing else will work. You have to use a microfiber towel. If you use a rag or a towel, it will actually end up scratching the vinyl surface. So you need to use a nice clean microfiber towel, a Zep bottle of, it's a mix between just a little bit of Dawn dish detergent and water. So soap water bottle, some form of squeegee you can use. This is like a Bondo knife. You can use credit card, you can use window squeegee, you can use a lot of different ways, but you want some form of being able to squeegee it. Then you're going to want tape, something that's removable. Masking tape, painter's tape, duct tape will not work. Gaff tape will work. It's very expensive, so I just use painter's tape, and then you use scissors if you need it or anything like that. So the first thing you're going to do is make sure that your surface is fully clean, and we've already done that to spare you the pain of watching me clean this. After we ended up buffing this truck, so after we buffed the truck, I cleaned it down with glass cleaner. The reason I like to use glass cleaner is because it cleans the surface, it gets a lot of the oils off, and then because glass cleaner has alcohol in it, it ends up helping clean the surface a lot better. So once your surface is clean, and you know that it's going to be free of any issues, you can take your sticker, you take your vinyl decal the way it's going to sit, and just mock up by hand, set it back down. Take a little bit of tape, and you set it where you're estimating you want it to be. So I'm guessing I want it right about here. This is not the final placement of it. This is just the beginning of deciding where to place it. So you take two pieces of tape, and you just estimate where you want to place it. Now, next you need your tape measure. And in this truck, it's really hard because you have a line that goes down. You have a sloped back end of the fiberglass hood. So you just have to decide what your point is going to be. I ran a level on these grates, and even these aren't sitting perfectly level. So it's really probably not that big of a deal on a truck like this. It depends on your vehicle. But I'm just going to use this bottom piece here as my point here. So I'll measure from here to the bottom. We got about 12 7/8. And then here is where the corner happens. So we're a little low on this side, so I'll pull this off. Once you have your decal in your position of where you want to apply it, you can use painter's tape and apply it multiple times across the top. Or you can just use one really thick piece of painter's tape and apply it up. The reason why you want to do a lot of runs of it is because we're going to fold this up and spray soap water around here. And if you just do one run of masking tape, it's going to fall off, and then you will have wrecked a sticker, and that's just a complete waste. So it's worth it to spend the extra time taping, and it's not that costly to use this tape as compared to the cost of a sticker. So I think 3 rows is probably adequate. Take a step back and just look one more time, make sure that the placement of where you want it to be, and it is indeed where I want my sticker to be. Now, because my surface is prepped and ready, all I'm going to do is I'm going to fold it up like this. I'm going to take my soap water, and I'm going to mist the whole side of the truck very, very liberally. You don't want to be very too cautious with this. There's a little bit of dirt here. You don't want to be too worried about using too much soap water. That can't really happen. So spray liberally, make sure that there's not dirt. This is actually going to peel easier if I do it like this. I'll just peel it back. And then once I pull the wrapper off, I'm just going to let it fall. You let it relax into the place where it needs to sit. because it's held by this top tape. That's going to determine where the sticker sits. Then you want to work from the center outward. So I'm going to start this R here and begin to push the water out and water away. So I'll work here and then I'll work down. And this is you want to make sure to work in a pattern. You don't want to jump around. You're pushing the water out from it. You're working the bubbles out from it. So now I'll go to the R. I'll go to this T. So I'll push the water away from the T. Work from the top of the T down. Same method. You want to be very careful not to catch one of the corners with the corner of whatever you're using to squeeze the water out. Again, start at the top of A. Push the water down. Squeeze the water out. And you'll see the water coming out. That's a good sign. You want to make sure though you get all the water from the top first. If you start pushing water out down here and then you got water up here, you might get some bubbles, you might get some wrinkles, you might end up making a cut in the vinyl. So I've got the PATR done. Now I'm going to come over here and do the O. Same method. Start at the top, squeeze it down. You really want to spend some time. You're not in a rush. You're not in a rush mostly because the soap is giving you a lot of time to work with it. Any other method where you just try and dry stick these on, it can get a little tricky. If you make a mistake, if you have an accident, that's it. You got to throw the sticker away and you have to redo it again. So just make sure to take your time, get all the water out that you can. Now once I've done the method of getting all the bubbles out, I step back and take a look at it and see if there's any other spots that you might be able to get bubbles out. The side of this hood is not perfect by any means, so there's a few bumps here and there, but I know that's not from the air pockets, that's just from the inconsistencies in the hood. Now what I'll do is I'll spray a layer of soap water on top of this. The reason you're doing that is because now you're going to cause this wax paper to become very, because it's very wet, the adhesive is actually going to release. So I'll just spray a little bit over and just let it soak in for a little bit. And you can just mess around and make sure you got everything. And while that's doing that, I'm just going to pull my tape off. We're not going to lose it, so you can pull your tape off and you can be ready to do our final steps here. So now I'm going to pull away at a 45-degree angle, and I'm going to make sure that I'm not going to pull out, I'm going to pull down, so it wants to peel away from the sticker as easily as possible. And you'll see there's a little bit of water here that's still stuck in the cracks, and we'll fix that in a minute here. But you want to keep an eye on any spots that are pulling away. You want to look at the corner of this R, make sure it doesn't get pulled away. If any of these stickers end up getting pulled away, it's because there's still water back there and it didn't get squeegeed enough. So just keep an eye out for that. But it looks like everything went well with that. Now this is the important part of your microfiber towel. If you use anything other than a microfiber towel, it will scratch your sticker. But at this point now, you go through every single letter and you just start gently wiping all the water, all the soap water away from it. And you want to make sure to wipe away from the edges. You don't want to wipe up the edges because you can end up pulling an edge up or wrinkling it. But you want to start in the middle of the letter and you want to push out to the edges. Check and make sure that you got everything out. Now, after your decal is applied, you want to let this wait for quite a while before you do anything to it. If someone were to want to pressure wash this truck, this decal would come flying off right away. So it actually, if you so much as brush up against it, you may pull this decal off. So you want to let it wait for, give it a day or so. It's probably pretty sturdy right now, but just to alleviate any chances of having any issues. Let this sit. It's good to let it sit out in the sun. Once we finish this truck, we're going to go pull it outside and let it sit out in the sun for a while. But there you have it. That is the easiest way to apply a decal. As you can see, if you come real close here, you look across the stickers, and there are no bubbles, there are no issues, there are no defects, and this was essentially a flawless application. It went on very well. We didn't have really any issues. The wax paper came off well, and this is really the only way that we look at putting stickers on. Is any other way, dry method or any other sort of method is considered not adequate. This is the perfect method to be able to use.